They're all gone! We came to mine, but got trapped by bears. Eventually, we ran out of food and my whole family perished.
Goblins. Goblins must pay! You look pretty dangerous. Consider yourself drafted. There are goblins here that need killing. Because the goblins killed my men. All of them. That's why the goblins have to pay. I want their heads. While you're at it, burn their territory markers too. The watch will never be theirs, not as long as I draw breath. Yes, you have a hearing problem. Territory markers. They use them to mark their territory. The goblins set them up at the North Tower, the South Tower, and the Eastern Gate. I'll stay and keep this gate secure. Well, get on with it! Ah, they're like locusts. Every once in a while, they just swarm. But this is worse than usual. It's the first time they've breached the gates. Not sure. Don't know. But after this, we should finish them for good. Wipe out the whole tribe, that's what I say.
You've got to help me. Those goblins will eat me. The watch soldiers threw me in here just before the goblins attacked. You've got to help me. The soldier that locked me up headed towards the stables and took the key with him. Find him before the goblins find me. Hurry, find the key. One of those dead soldiers might have it. Did you check them? It was all a mistake. I meant to pay for that chainmail. I really did. The silvered sword, too. I was just trying it out before making them an offer. Honest. I'm a legitimate businessman. Did you find a key? There must be one around here somewhere. Thank Kinnereth. I thought I'd get eaten by a goblin for sure. They debone you, then carve your thigh bones into flutes. It's true, I swear.
All I did was provoke a showdown that was coming anyway.
Make it quick! Can't you see I'm bleeding to death here?
Ah, the smell of fresh goblin blood is like perfume to me. I knew I could count on you. Well done, and thanks for all the help. The commander here would like to have a word with you.
Of all the bone-headed stunts. Well, at least now we know what brought the stone chewer goblins down on us. Captain Rama here stole one of the stone chewer's tribal totems and raised it on our tower as a challenge. They are honor-bound to recover it, along with killing whoever took it. That totem needs to come down, and quick. I ought to send Rama, but it's probably smarter to keep him here under arrest. My troops are stretched thin. Can you run up and take down the totem? Bring it back here to me. Captain Rama deliberately stole the totem to provoke the stone chewers. As long as that totem remains in the tower, we'll never be rid of those goblins. He hates goblins. I mean, we all hate goblins, but he really hates them. I've asked why, but he won't say. Should have listened to my instincts and sent him to another post. Not without getting that totem out of here. They can smell it or something. Even then, we'll need reinforcements to take back the watch. I sent a request to Captain Ernard, but if he doesn't arrive soon, we'll just have to withdraw.
I'm back with reinforcements, but I was too late to save the commander. Daedra, take it. Before he died, he said he'd sent you on a mission. I hope you succeeded. Now, you've got to return that totem to the Stone Chewers. The Goblin camp is to the west, but I'm not sure where the totem belongs. If I were you, I'd ask that crazy scholar who lives near the camp. Nellic Starone. That's his name.
So many tribes gone from High Rock. The rat farmers, the throat cutters, even the famous disembowelers. The Stone Chewers are really the last of the breed. Indeed. Look how busy they are. Carving femur flutes, skinning Durzog puppies, disciplining their females. So misunderstood. Like us, yet unlike. The goblins live in a world apart. One I may never enter. I can only dream. Search the caves. The totem needs to be restored to the goblin's shrine. If a shaman sees you, expect some kind of trouble. One of them knows a shape-changing spell, and he's got a wicked sense of humor.
Is it done? Has the totem been returned to the goblins? Well done! You accomplished what we couldn't. Cumberland's watch is in your debt. We'll drive out the remaining goblins, but while we're doing that, Rama's just going to be getting farther away. Captain Rama has fled Cumberland's watch. His comrade's blood is on his hands. He must be brought to justice for his crimes. One of my scouts saw Rama's cousin Harimel in the woods north of the Watch. Rama and his cousin are tight. I'll bet he knows where Rama has fled to.
No remorse!
Hello, stranger. If you're hungry, I've got extra. Rama's holed up in that cave over there. You don't want to tangle with him. He's meaner than a nest of vipers. He traded swords with me because his had lost its edge. If I were you, I'd just take this sword back to Watch Captain Ernard and say you killed him.
Figures they'd said. Die, goblin lover.
Help us bring Rama to justice. He's responsible for this slaughter. I don't rejoice at this news. Rama was a fine officer once. At least it is over. Thank you.
Is this likely to be a long ride? We'll want to pace our mounts for the distance.
My wife will never know what happened to me. Take word to my wife. Augustine Deron should know I didn't make it. Please, tell her I love her.
What can I do for you? Rough luck. Thanks so much for bringing news. It's better than spending the rest of my life wondering.
Hail! Are you going up to the ruins? Your timing is impeccable. I'm on a critical mission for the Mages Guild, and I need assistance. These ruins contain a powerful relic, King Afrin's sword. With all the chaos in this region, the ogres, these cultists, the sword is not safe. You're smarter than you look. Yes, I need to bring King Afrin's sword back to Wayrest. The Supernal Dreamers got here first, but it's actually a good thing. Their meddling awakened the spirits of this place, who killed every last one of them. Right again. Complicating matters further, King Afrin's sword was shattered into 3 parts. Legend says it can only be reforged in King Afrin's tomb. If you're brave enough to find the pieces and get them reforged, there will be a reward. I'm actually jealous, you know. I've always wanted to see the ruins of King Afrin's hold. All the stories I've heard about the sword, the hold, the king himself. I'd go along, but I have no stomach for fighting the spirits of the dead. Smart and perceptive. I suppose this could be of use to you. There should be monuments in the ruins. Hold this holy symbol and pray at any of the monuments, and it should summon a fallen hero to fight at your side. Nothing in magic is certain, but necromancy, despite its bad reputation, is generally predictable. At the same time, the dead of Afrin's hold might have more solidarity. Use at your own risk, I suppose. My research suggests the 3 parts of the sword, the blade, the hilt, and the pommel, can be found in the 3 towers within the hold. Only King Afrin's spirit can reforge the sword. You must take the pieces into the king's tomb. There are books about the subject, you know. We don't have time for a history lesson. To summarize, Afrin was a ruthless merchant king early in the First Era. He conquered many of his neighbors, quite infamous. Honestly, that was a surprise. I was told it was a quiet place. I presume it was the supernal dreamers who disturbed the dead. Perhaps because they sought the sword, or perhaps they were only trespassing. Either way, they're all dead. King Afrin's sword was sacred. He never let anyone else touch it. We don't know how it was shattered or even if it really has magical properties. It certainly sounds like it's worth studying, though. There are no specific records of what occurred here, only vague references. King Afrin allegedly spent all his time at war. While he was away, his enemies apparently attacked Afrin's hold and killed everyone. The king himself died soon after.
That sword. You loved it more than you ever loved me. When they came, they took us into the courtyard. I thought you would rescue us. Where were you? Why, Father? Why did you abandon us? Why did you let us die?
Are you stuck or choosing to remain still?
These are sacred grounds. My sacred grounds. They are not meant for the living. Are you the one who disturbs our rest? Where did you get those? Those are mine! None may touch those save for me. That blade, that hilt, that pommel. To hold them again. Please, give them to me. Ah, yes, my precious sword. To wield it again would feel so good. I should never have shattered it. I must make it whole again. I must! Why do you have these? What did you want with them? Regret. The sword was my favorite possession. My best friend. And with it, I subjugated these lands. But in the process, I left my family unprotected. My sweet little girl was killed. I couldn't live with it. I shattered the blade in my grief. Mira? You saw my Mira? My poor sweet child. I wronged her so. I worried that her spirit would not rest. I wanted to seek her out. I have been unable to enter her tomb, though. I did. Since the day I discovered what had happened, all I wanted was to beg her forgiveness. Even more than I wanted this damn sword. Perhaps now, though, perhaps I can make amends. Perhaps I can show her how sorry I am. You can help me. You can show her. You can tell her how sorry I am. If she sees the sword, she will... maybe she will understand. Please, I beg you, give my daughter the sword. I cannot force you. Perhaps I don't even deserve an opportunity to make amends. Take it. Whatever you do with it, just take it away from here. My daughter's tomb is just down the corridor. Just please consider it.
I should curse you, mortal, for disturbing our rest, but my spirit has never been at peace. I've walked these ruins for centuries, cursing the king's name. My father in name, but never in action. He left me here to die. Actions speak louder than words. My father was always quick to make promises, but in the end, when it mattered, he was away at war when I needed him most. An apology can't change that. His sword? His most prized possession? His most sacred treasure? He never even let anyone touch it. Is this how he hopes to find redemption? Give it to me. I would like nothing more than to destroy it. Thank you. His connection to the sword is so strong, I can sense his energy. I remember... there was a time when I was a little girl and he made me feel safe. I could at least speak to him, I suppose.
I would give it all, Mira. The sword, the keep, the kingdom. All of it.
I forgive you, Father. I cannot describe the sensation, even as a spirit, of being back in my father's presence. Fate was cruel to us in life, but at long last we've both found peace. Thank you.
My sword is again broken, but this time for good, and for good purpose. She has forgiven me. You have healed a wound that was centuries old. Even the greatest empire is a desolate domain without the ones you love. I never learned that lesson in life, but I hope you have. May the Eight be with you, young traveler.
Paralyzed. Don't think. Move!
My cousin never returned from the mines. I'm worried sick. He's a miner at Bearclaw Mine. Are you coming from there? I hope he's all right. Sure enough, this looks like my cousin's writing. He was supposed to return yesterday. Thank you. I know you didn't have to do this. I'm going to need some time to think about this.
Pardon me, but have you seen the Countess? She's usually bustling all over the town, but I haven't seen her in days. Perhaps someone should check on her.
Please, anyone. The Countess needs... You've got to help me. I mean, us. I mean the whole town. The Countess has gone crazy, and everyone's fighting about who should be in charge. She's the only one who can run this place. We need to help her. I don't know, and if anyone would know, it would be me. I'm her manservant. The other day, she called all the servants up and dismissed us. Since then, she's been shut up in the house, refusing to leave. The whole town's talking about it. No, the Count died years ago, and she's been in charge ever since. Of course, every eligible man in Stormhaven has come calling, trying to court her, but she doesn't like them. Or hasn't married, at least. Please, can you just talk to her? I can't thank you enough. So many people in town just want to write her off. They're less worried about her welfare than they are about who should take authority of Windkeep. Everyone asks that. King Afrin conquered Windkeep and renamed it Afrin's Hold, just to the south. The town kept the old name. It's a small place, but we do a fair amount of trade. The Countess is wealthier than most of her suitors. I wouldn't go near that place if I were you. They say it's haunted. Some other people came by asking about it recently. Haven't seen them since. So like I said, I wouldn't go there. I don't know. They were all wearing the same types of clothes. Looked like some kind of Daedric cultists. All the more reason to stay away from Afrin's Hold, if you ask me. Yeah. The Countess has at least 5 different men who've been courting her. Not common folk like you and me, either. We're talking noblemen. People with lots of gold to throw around. They buy her some pretty fancy gifts.
No matter where I travel, my bargains are all the same.
I lost a brother to Captain Blackheart and his murderous crew. Thank you for serving them justice.
The lines on my face tell a sad story. The tale of a woman whose youth was stolen by circumstance. I was widowed even before I flowered. I did what I thought was right. I assumed the burden of leadership, but I paid for that choice. I paid dearly. Of course, Matthias is such a sweet boy, and he served me well. It's a pity that I no longer have need of his service. I've been so false, so empty. I have no right to be a countess. I can see that now in my reflection. Windkeep needs a real leader, not a little girl masquerading as a woman of authority. Don't you see how hollow I am? I'm a shell of a person. Just look in the mirror.
This mirror is not for your eyes. Look away. Go away. You look into the mirror, seeking answers. But there are no answers here for you. I am here for the Countess, and the Countess alone. You would be wise to be on your way. I have taken the Countess away, but it was with no animosity. The Countess you see before you is the reflection. The true Countess is in the mirror, and that is where she will stay. I will not. The mirror is the gift to her, but she is the gift to me. If you wish to release her, you'll have to pass through to the other side, into my domain. You shall find a warm welcome there.
An enchanted saddle warmer? You're too generous, Sir Bryce. I don't go riding often these days, but I do appreciate the gesture.
So, does that mean you will consider my request for your hand?
You make it hard to resist your advances, but I don't want to rush into anything.
Perhaps you should tell him the truth, Elise. That you and I plan to sell the estate and elope to Somerset Isle.
Indeed I would, Ur-Elian, if that were truly the case. I'm afraid you gentlemen will have to excuse me now. Do you see? Do you see what I've become? Look at the reflection! I'm old, I'm fat, and sometimes Argonian. No one will ever admire me again. It's not? Are you sure? I don't want to go back to a world where I'm reviled. Where is Matthias? Why hasn't anyone come to help me? He did? How do you know Matthias? Never mind. Can you take me to him? Can we leave this terrible place? Whoever you are, I'm going to make sure you're well rewarded for this. Well, that was an adventure now, wasn't it? I'm fortunate that you came along. You certainly have my thanks. Where is Matthias? Where are the other servants? I did? That's worse than I thought, then. I had absolutely no control over myself whatsoever. Or was that even me? I'm sorry, I'm not used to being compromised like this. but that only doubles my debt to you. My first order of business now will be to shatter that mirror into 1,000,000 pieces. Next, and possibly even more important, I need to find out which of my suitors gave me the accursed thing. Greed. Plain and simple. Since the day my husband died, there's been a line of suitors, each with a more extravagant gift than the last. They want to buy me and my title. I certainly have. Why should I share my land, my bed, with such fobbing louts? Now one of my suitors apparently seeks to take me out of the picture. Matthias will know which suitor dropped off the mirror. Would you help me investigate this? If you don't mind, please apologize to Matthias for me as well. Tell him I would have him and all the other servants return if they're willing. No more suitors, though. I'm done pretending. I have no intention of marrying again. Certainly not now. No, they're all equally shallow and untrustworthy. Sir Bryce and the Altmer Ur-Relian are the worst. It was probably one of those who gave me the mirror. Oh, I'm sure that several of my suitors will have already suggested they take custody of the estate. Both Ur-Relian and Sir Bryce are likely trying to rally support so they can petition the king. Sir Bryce is a man of honor, a knight of the flame with what he claims is a passion to match. The poor man. Bryce believes his own falsehoods. He says he loves me, but if I were clothed in rags, I'd be invisible to him. He claims he was drawn across the leagues by my beauty, but the truth is that Ur-Relian is the disinherited son of some wealthy mage. Rather than a talent for magic, though, Ur-Relian has a talent for spending. He would have me be his bank.
This can't be happening. Not Matthias. He wouldn't have stomped on a diseased rat, let alone hurt a person. We were just standing here talking. He said you went in to talk to the Countess, so we were waiting. Then all of a sudden an arrow flew out of nowhere right into his chest. He was dead before he hit the ground. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with what happened to the Countess. Did you talk to her? What did she say? Is she all right? The mirror? Is that what was wrong with her? Oh goodness, Matthias would have known. I don't really know the suitors. Maybe it was Sir Bryce, or that Altmer Ur-Relian. Probably the Altmer. He's shady. I'd check him first. I think he's from some rich family in the Aldmeri Dominion. All I've ever heard him talk about is gold. He even described the Countess's hair as strings of gold. Sir Bryce is really respectable. I don't know why the Countess isn't more receptive to him. He's a knight of the flame and everything. I think he would make a good husband. Of course, he's never even noticed me.
This blacksmith makes quite a bit of gold. I wonder how much he pays in taxes to the Countess. You mean, if I were the Count? I hoped for something like that, but my days of courting the Countess have come to an end. I've no gold left for gifts. Haven't been able to give her anything for weeks. She's already forgotten me. No, I'm afraid not. I couldn't afford to give her a flower. So it was a mirror that finally won her over. Maybe Sir Bryce or Rowleen Mounier was the lucky one. There is someone who would know for sure, but I'm sworn to secrecy. I know of him, but I don't consort with members of the working class. I certainly hope he wasn't the one to win the Countess's hand. I would be humiliated to be upstaged by someone of low birth. I suppose he's an honorable sort. He certainly carries himself that way. If I was to choose the suitor to whom I had lost the Countess's hand, it would be him. I could at least understand her wanting to marry a knight.
I've heard the Countess is sick or something. I'd go and check on her, but I don't want to catch anything. It is a shame, though, because I've been working for weeks to get her the perfect gift. A miniature pony. She's going to love it. A mirror? No. She probably already has 10 of those. No, the miniature pony. That's the thing. I'd bet Sir Bryce gave her the mirror. Or I guess you could ask little old Elaine Babylogne. In fact, oh, never mind. What do I know anyways? Maybe so. I was just thinking that Elaine seems to really idolize the Countess. Talks about her all the time. Even hides in the bushes and watches the manse sometimes. I'd just speak with her. She knows who that mirror came from.
It's you. I saw you leaving the Countess's house earlier. I don't mean to intrude, but I simply have to ask. Are you yet another suitor come to seek her hand in marriage? Oh, well then. I suppose you're an old friend of the Countess's. I don't want to pry, of course. But, well, I am curious. What exactly is your relationship with her? The mirror? Matthias could have told you. Oh, but he was killed, wasn't he? Well, I don't mind telling you. It was actually a new suitor, but a strong contender. Tall, dark, handsome, very dignified. I heard his footman call him Syrian. Well, I mean, I was curious, so yes, I followed him. He hiked up into the woods north of town. Kind of peculiar, honestly. So, can you tell me what this is all about? I'm dying to know. Cursed? Mara's mercy! That's terrible! I guess you're going after Syrian, then. Is the Countess all right? Never mind. You have work to do. Go on. This is getting good. I can't wait to see what happens next.
When you think about it, we merchants shouldn't have to pay taxes at all. We're bringing business into the village.
Oh, praise the aid, it's you. Quick, untie me. The Countess was so sad about Matthias. She sent me to get flowers for his funeral. But on the way, one of these crazy cultists snuck up and just grabbed me. He dragged me back here and they asked me all these questions. This whole thing, the mirror, it wasn't the suitors. These cultists wanted to get rid of the Countess so they can take over the town. They forced me to talk. I think they're planning to kill the Countess at the funeral. You have to go stop them.
Always digging. It seems like there are always so many dead people. Couldn't someone at the Mages Guild create some kind of magic shovel? I've seen magic brooms.
Have you come to pay your respects? That's very kind of you. Matthias was such... he was good to me. Better than I deserved, I think. In danger? Is it one of those pathetic suitors? Are they really that determined to have me out of the way? Oh no. That must be them. Please, you have to protect me.
We must maintain the purity of the Daggerfall Covenant. Raymond got what he deserved.
It looks clear now. Hurry. Meet me back at the manse.
You did it. You made it in time. I don't know what we would have done without you.
It seems you wound up saving me twice. I wish I knew a proper way to express my level of gratitude. Whoever these supernal dreamers are, they are cunning and clearly willing to go to great lengths to achieve their goals. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm also glad to know you stopped them cold. This has all been such an ordeal. I feel like there's so much to do now that it's over. Well, I want to go back to the graveyard and pay proper respects to my poor, sweet Matthias. And I suppose I must say something to my suitors. Speaking of which, I'm sorry you had to talk to them before. I know that must have been painful. I think it's probably best if I just stop pretending. I have no intention of marrying again, and I should stop playing these games. You helped me realize that.
Don't you touch me!
The world is dark. My sweet wife is dead. My wife, Breloth, is dead. Mara, take her soul. She was the only good thing I ever knew in this world, and now I can't even give her a decent burial. You would do that? I want it to be perfect. Breloth, she had such exquisite taste. My father said she was high upkeep, but I loved the way she just knew what she liked. She would have wanted her funeral to be special. She was a wood elf. She loved nature, flowers. If you could get some fallen blossoms to put in her hair, and her favorite meal, mud crab and the Wayside Inn's house wine, you'd actually get these for us? You coming along was such a blessing. Truly, the Eight sent you. This will mean so much to Breloth, so much. Skygazer peonies grow far to the north, near the waterfall. They prefer the higher ledges of the mountain ridge. Breloth loved their fragrant blossoms. They always looked wonderful in her hair. You'll find plenty of mud crabs at the base of the waterfall to the north. Stragglers are sometimes found in the passing stream. Their succulent claw meat is the most important part. My wife never cared for the rest. Finding the wine is simple. Talk to Johnsis Malarelli at the Wayside Inn. He'll sell it to you. You know how the Bosmer like their drink. I'd like to bury the bottle with her.
Welcome to the Wayside Inn. Whether it's cold beer or fine wine you prefer, we have it all. Ah, a connoisseur then. Always happy to show off what this region has to offer. I hope you enjoy it.
Did you get everything? The blossoms, the mud crab claws? Did you forget the wine? Oh, Breloff, my love. Do you see what we have for you? She would have loved this. Flowers, wine, food. Everything will be perfect.
Here comes that stroke of luck I was counting on. I was starting to doubt Captain's story, and you come sauntering up like some hero from the stories. It's perfect. That nasty slaving outfit you embarrassed at the lighthouse. They took over this village, and they've got the rest of our crew. We're their only hope. But I have a simple plan. Fun, too. The Dark Elves outnumber us by a little. Actually, a lot. So first, you should create a diversion by setting fire to their tents and the stolen goods on the dock. Well, my sailors are locked up in a cave behind the town, but the slavers' leader, Majad Ka, keeps the key in a house he's commandeered. So you'll need to steal the key first, then go down and free the guys. Guess it's not that simple, is it? Well, the last thing I want is for you to go running in there unprepared. Might end up getting jumped by Majad Ka and get locked up with everyone else. The main thing is just to light the fires, though. Is that what you wanted to ask about? Improvise. Pull a burning log from their campfire. Then light them up. The tents and all those stolen goods out there on the dock. Hopefully that'll distract Majad Ka. You're not thinking about taking him on, are you? That's one crazy Khajiit. He was actually a slave himself, but turned on his masters and took over. Killed his competition and became some kind of slaver king. Trust me, light the fire, distract him.
Thank you. You saved my life. I thought I was gonna die here.
It was Majad Ka. He saw me trying to escape. I thought he had me, but then Elvira stepped in. That girl's got sand, but she's no match for Majad Ka. He dragged her off toward the beach. You have to help her. He got me, but it's not bad. Just need to get my bearings and I'll be fine. Go after Elvira. I couldn't live with myself if that monster Majad Ka killed her.
And I said this would be fun. Let's get out of here, come on.
You saved me, you saved my crew, you saved Elvira, and you showed up the most notorious slavers on the seas. I'd bet your name will be pretty well known after this.
That almost wasn't as fun as I expected it to be. Thank you for coming after me. Regardless, I owe you one. That was something, wasn't it? The fires, the slavers running everywhere, getting all the guys free. Quite an adventure. Hope I see you again, friend.
You're the darling who saved Rose and Vaughn, aren't you?
There are wounded to tend to. Please, you have to help me. The Midnight Union bandits. I don't know why. I was no threat to them. But they attacked me anyways. No. I am a healer. I can take care of myself. It's the others. So many of my fellow wardens are injured. I was trying to help them, but I can't really go on. Take these poultices. It should at least help them get on their feet so they can get to safety.
May Azura bless you for all your days.
You will always be welcome at the Abbey.
You will always be welcome at the Abbey.
May Azura bless you for all your days.
I saw many of my fellow wardens make it to safety. Thank you. It's so ironic that we rely on a stranger's help after being attacked by those we considered friends. Thank you for asking. I'm feeling better already. It's certainly a relief to know that the other wardens are safe. I'll be able to get back to the Abbey soon. Perhaps I'll see you there.
I'm honored to represent the Fighters Guild in General Godrin's presence.
Magic is like strong wine. If you're not used to it, it can make you drunk.
Moloch, grant me strength, give me glory. Steel and stone, welcome to the Scarp! We could use your help on the battlefield. Would you join us in the fight for glory? Good, very good. Maybe along the way you would help me make my family proud? I want to come back from battle with something to remember it by. Something I can hang on the wall and tell stories about. I want a war trophy. A necklace. A necklace made of ogre teeth with big, wide bands, packed with more teeth than you can count. I've got 2 sacks of them here at the camp, but I need more. The more, the better. Help me, and I'll help you. Stay on watch. Those ogres may not be done yet. You smell of ogre blood and victory, friend. You have the teeth? Aha, good work. Generations of orcs will admire what you've helped create. I've heard more good news as well. General Godrin said there's another battle coming. Bring it on, I say.
Too much to do in too little time.
This crown makes me look stupid. It sits on my ears. My ears are
I like
my
the way your
best
crown
feature.
looks. Oh, if you just put it a little straighter, it'll fit perfectly on that perfect little head of yours.
You're new to Wayrest. Welcome. Even if you're just passing through, your safety's important to us. If you have any troubles, you just let me know and I'll take care of it. Again? These guys just don't get it. We'll turn a blind eye to some things, but not robbing people in the streets. We had an understanding with the Midnight Union, but ever since their presence started weakening here, we get these upstarts. They're known as the Backstreet Gang, your basic thugs. But there's nothing basic about their leader. Name's Andre. They call him the Grinder because he grinds up his victims. Wanted for dozens of murders. Say, you want to do another good deed? I got this tip on where to find the Grinder. His boys contact him by knocking on this drum down by the docks. None of my guards have the guts to go after him. Frankly, neither do I. If you're willing, though, there's a reward in it.
Someone stop that murderer!
Are you daft? Guards!
Back so soon? Show me what you... Wait, you're not one of my men.
Victory is cruel. Defeat is worse.
Keeping myself busy here.
Oh my good little boy.
I heard there was a ruckus down at the docks. They say someone chewed up the grinder and spit him out. I'm guessing that someone was you. That's fantastic. The Backstreet Gang will scatter to the wind without the grinder to hold them together. You just made my job so much easier. I guess you made Wayrest safer, too. Take care, friend.
Your Majesty, I humbly beg your forgiveness. My mind was poisoned, and I was not myself. I vow to make this up to you.
I understand that saving my husband was just the latest in a series of heroic acts to save Stormhaven.
Your help with both these matters is much appreciated. Until that damn guillotine's been dismantled, I won't be able to sleep.